Well, all right. I hit it the second time. There, we're live.
Yeah, we are live. I see we are live.
Yeah. Welcome to Bulldog 580 Sports Chat, to the nuns of the ones of the twos. And you know what? Since it is Monday night with wrestling, we should start off with if you can hear what we're chatting about.
Right.
That's just to the nuns of the
Doing
ones of
good?
the twos. Everybody else don't get to hear.
Right, exactly. Anything good happen on wrestling tonight?
Not really. Rhea Ripley had to give up her belt. She got hurt.
What?
Yeah, I guess she got hurt on last week's Raw. I was reading it in a lot of the
Dirt sheets?
yeah, if that's what you want to call it. Google, Yahoo, all that stuff. Said
Right.
head injury, but she came out with her arm in a sling. It's wrestling, so you don't know what's real and what's not.
Exactly.
She probably tore knee ligaments.
Even when they say it's shoot interviews, you know what I'm saying? You still know that it's not always, complete shoot, but whatever. It's wrestling. Still gotta love it.
Yep. All right. So today we're gonna chat about. Let's start with some NBA playoffs. Last game of the season was the other day.
Yesterday, yes, it was.
Oh yeah, it was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yep. And I didn't do so well in my fantasy league. Took fourth place. Not very happy about that. But playing LeBron James yesterday, he had 91 fantasy points. That's freaking crazy. But at the same time, I don't think the Lakers are going to do very much in the playoffs.
Oh. So I'm just gonna go to this one because I don't like this. I do not like the playing games.
I would see if it was maybe like the 8th and the 9th seed going at it for the last playoff spot. But having 4 playing games, it's too much. It's forced. It's forced drama. You know what I mean?
What? And you got, so all the other teams got to wait a week. You got, to me, football's the hardest one to pull off the whole winning streak. You're playing in a good flow because it's every week. But when you got baseball, basketball, hockey, and you're playing every day, every other day, every couple days, being in sync is huge, especially come playoff time. And I don't know. I think it may hurt those teams that got to sit and wait. Yeah, they can get rested a little bit, but then you got to get back in the flow, and sometimes that don't happen.
They don't play all 4 games tomorrow? I assume they did.
No, it's a series.
The series? I thought it was one game.
Yeah, they won't start till like Saturday.
Oh my god! Yeah, it's stupid. That's yeah. I totally agree with you. That just gives these lower seeded teams a better shot at being a playoff breaker. Or a bracket buster.
You're taking 10 teams. I mean, you know what? Just put everybody in the playoffs then. Don't have a play in season tournament. Just have a tournament at the end of the year.
Well, if you look at it technically, that's over half of the NBA makes the playoffs then. Because it's only 32 teams?
Yeah, before it was half. Now it's over half.
Yeah.
I was reading today that the NBA was talking about their attendance was up 1.4%. 71% of games were sellouts at all the stadiums. And they're putting a big reason for that on the in-season tournament. Do it at the end. You're going to have everybody
Whatever, dude.
That's what I was reading. I was like, holy crap. They said 10 teams in the deal had sellouts during that tournament. I really couldn't tell there was a tournament going on. I just thought it was regular games. Whoopee, you're in the middle of a season.
With weird courts and weird uniforms.
So Yeah, I don't like to play in games. I think it's dumb.
I don't mind it in the NCAAs, but yeah, this if it's a series, I don't like that at all. If it maybe one game, if they're playing one game, yeah, but a series, that's you're right, that's too much.
So you got any predictions this early? I don't know if you followed anything.
The only prediction I got is the finals is going to be Boston and Denver,
Really,
and Denver's probably going to end up winning.
I would say Boston. I agree, because Milwaukee, I don't know why the hell they got rid of their coach. I think they're under 500 with Doc Rivers.
They are. They're 13-19 with Doc Rivers, or either 13-19 or 16-19. But they have 19 losses with Doc Rivers. The other coach only had 13 losses through like however long he was coaching.
Yeah,
they were 30-13 when they fired that dude.
Yeah, if they're worried about how they're going to do in the playoffs, well, shoot, they dropped to the 3 seed in the East.
And Doc Rivers doesn't have a great playoff record, really.
He's an okay, above average coach. He won that title with Boston, but I kind of like the 2016 Cubs. The Cubs won the World Series in spite of Joe Madden.
Right? I remember you saying that.
I think the Celtics won in spite of Doc Rivers. I mean,
right.
Yeah. I really don't know if they even needed a coach, really.
No, they really didn't. KG was pretty much the coach, and Paul Pierce, I'm sure.
I'm thinking the West is Denver, solid team, but I would love to say Oklahoma City. They've had a great year. They won their conference.
They're the youngest team in the playoffs, too, I think. Or one of the youngest teams ever to have a number one seed.
Yeah, they got a good group of young guys. I was at a card show this weekend, and they had Aaron Wiggins was there signing autographs Saturday, the day before a game that had their conference title on there, and he pulls up in this sweet Porsche, gets out. He did. I saw this other car pull up. It was a Corvette, a blue Corvette, Thunder Blue. I was like, dude, that's got to be him. And then I see the Porsche pull in, and he get out, and I'm like, okay, he should be driving the Thunder Blue Corvette.
Right.
He gets out. He sees a kid. Goes right up to the kid, starts talking to him, takes pictures. There had to be 200 people in line at that show for his autograph. And he was great with everybody, and all their players are just down to earth. Hey, I want to play basketball. They haven't got those big heads yet. They haven't got to, James Harden size where, hey, I got to grow a beard. My head is so big.
Right. Right. Who's the best player? Who? I mean, they got
Shai.
Sabonis, don't they?
No, they traded him.
Okay.
Shai Alexander.
Oh yeah, SGA. Okay, got you. Yeah.
And then you got Holmgren. I mean, technically it's his rookie year.
He's a badass.
It's his first year playing.
Yeah, but he's bad. He's tough.
They got a good squad. I could see him winning the first round, maybe the second.
But you don't see him go to the finals?
I'm going to go with Boston and Minnesota.
Really? Karl-Anthony Towns, huh?
I don't know. They got that chip on the shoulder now. If I'm a player, when one of the owners is trying to sell the team to reduce payroll, that was one of the reasons they're saying that the guy blocked the sale to A-Rod. Well,
really?
I'd have a chip on my shoulder, be like, you know what? Screw you. You sign my paychecks here. Sign them a little bit longer when I win the championship.
Right. You got to pay me more.
I want the A-Rod signature.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to work for A-Rod personally, but that's just me.
I'm going to say, again, Boston, Minnesota.
Yeah, the East is weak again.
Probably end up being Boston, but Boston and Minnesota in the finals is what I'm going to go with.
I'd be rooting for Boston. but I still think that you got to beat Denver, man. I mean, they're tough. Jokic is freaking amazing. That guy, how he even plays basketball the way he does, it's amazing to me. He looks like he's in fucking first gear all the time, but yet he blows by people, and yeah, he's awesome.
Well, that's playoff. Wait. Playoff?
What playoffs? Practice?
Playoff?
We're talking about practice.
Practice in the playoffs?
We ain't talking about games. We're talking about practice.
With the statue. That was perfect. AI, we giving you a statue at the practice facility. You earned that
You
one,
gotta love
buddy.
it.
You earned it.
Exactly. Definitely earned it. Yeah.
All right, next one. Favorite NBA players lineup. I didn't even write mine down.
All right.
I was
Good
going to
job.
sit and argue with you on some of them. I mean, debate with you. I mean, I'm not going to do the whole Stephen A. blah 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 yelling at you crap. Or who's that other guy on ESPN? I got to turn it off when he's on Mad Dog.
JJ Redick. Oh,
No,
Mad Dog. Yeah, I
Mad
don't
Dog.
like Mad Dog.
Oh my god, that dude's annoying. I'd rather hear Stephen A. But Stephen A. is annoying.
He is.
At least with Stephen A. when he's there with Shannon Sharp, Shannon just knock his ass out. But you know,
Right.
that's for the rating show.
Exactly.
All right, I started with center. Who you got as your center?
My starting center, Sabonis, Arvydas Sabonis. As we were talking about the other day, man, that dude was Jokic before Jokic. And I agree with you also with this comment you made. I would have loved to see him back in the 80s in Russia or where Serbia or where the hell he was playing basketball. Because I heard he was amazing. We unfortunately got to see. We got good.
Mine is definitely not a European style, but Sabonis, I like that pick. Who is your second after Sabonis?
Oh, my backup center is Jokic.
That's a good one. That's hard to argue on that one. So mine's a toss-up, and I was thinking, I had this dream one day, and and then I was like, maybe it's not the dream, maybe it's, the fundamentals of basketball. So I've been debating if you've caught my hints there at all.
Maybe. Timmy Duncan?
I'm going to start the dream, Hakeem Olajuwon.
He was on my short list.
And Duncan would be the backup. I mean, those two, I was just going back and forth because I'm looking at who else I have on this list. I don't need someone to score.
Right.
I need some people to play defense, and they're not super greedy.
Yep. And Hakeem is a definite team player.
Mr. Fundamental there, Duncan. Give me 20 points. I don't care. I'll get him off rebounds. I'll get your boards. All four are pretty good. You notice none of us took Shaq because I was like, dude, the reason I did not even think about Shaq, the whole hack of Shaq, that's all they would do.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, Duncan was on my short list. I had him on my original when I was originally writing it up, but then I forgot somebody, and I had to switch everything around. So,
you have anyone else as a center that you were thinking of?
Oh yeah, well on my honorable mentions, yeah, Paul Gasol was a very good center as well. I always like Paul Gasol's game.
I like watching Powell, but I would think of him more as a power forward, but okay.
Yeah. Well, I think of Duncan more as power forward too, but it's okay. There's really no such thing as power forwards anymore in the NBA we see now.
Right.
You just got 5 guys on the floor that just play wherever.
What who else you got for honorable mention at center?
That's it.
Yeah, I figure I won't need more than two players. for center. So,
Right.
all right, we talked about power forward a little bit. So
A little
there it
bit.
is.
Well, see, I know you're not going to agree with this one, but my starting power forward would be Kevin Durant. Excuse me. Kevin Durant is my starter,
Oh,
and Garnett
fucking
is the backup.
cupcake.
You see, I don't know why you hate the guy.
Yeah, cupcake with frosting. God.
Slim Reaper.
Now,
Yep.
here's why I really don't like him. The way he left the Thunder and been planning it and leading everybody on.
Yeah.
And then,
I agree. That was weak.
He had to pull a LeBron, but not to the degree of pulling a LeBron.
No, to be honest, what he did, I think what he did was worse. To be honest with you, and I love KD, but going to Golden State, that was the best team. They just won the fucking title. They beat you in the fucking Western Conference Finals, and then you're gonna go fucking shack up with them.
You can't tell me he didn't choke on purpose.
I don't know about that, but
look at you. Pull up that.
I'd have to go back and look. Right.
Go back and look at he just choked, dude. Just horrible. But my starting power forward was Kevin Garnett. There was no way he was not gonna be my starting power forward. The trash talk defense. That's my power forward.
Well, see, because again, I had to move things around. Kevin Garnett was not my original starting power forward, but again, having to manipulate the team, he ended up being the starter.
Yeah. No, Garnett, good picks. Do you have any honorable mentions?
Duncan.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Duncan was originally no, I have another one on my bench, but Rodman. Rodman is coming off my bench as well.
See, I would put Rodman.
Gotta have Rodzilla.
I thought about it, but if I have Garnett on the team, Garnett going to kick his ass, and then Rodman be hurt and he wouldn't be able to play. So that's kind of where that led. But yeah, Rodman. If you don't want to worry about points and rebounds, there's your man. But
right.
I also,
and he's going to lock down your best guy on offense too.
Yeah. This one's toughy for me.
This was the one that threw the monkey wrench in the whole plan, to be honest with you, because I could not have Vince Carter not on the team as a starter. Half man, half amazing.
I would put him on the bench. But this one was tough for me. I went with Larry Bird.
That's my backup, is Larry Bird.
Yeah, I went with Bird. I was like, yeah.
He's just the greatest. Larry Bird's the greatest white man ever. And he talks hella trash. That's the thing I think that I've liked more recently about hearing about Larry Bird from back in the 80s is like how much of a trash talker he was.
I wonder who would talk better trash, him or Garnett or Jordan.
I would say it's three different shit talking though, because Larry would tell you what play was coming and then just shoot in your eye, or like he walked into the 3-point contest that one year and was like, "Hey, who's coming in second place?" and everybody just shut up.
Well, I would think Garnett would be the better trash talker of the three. Jordan, I don't think. Yeah, he talked trash. But when you piss him off, he just lit your ass up. And I'm sure we're going to get to him in a minute.
Oh, he's my starting shooting guard. Yes, he is.
Well, I didn't even do shooting guard or point guard. I just did guard 1 and guard 2.
Got you. So my guard 2s are Michael Jordan and Ray Allen. And Allen Iverson.
I'm with you on one of those. I got Jordan.
Right.
And then I put Kobe.
Kobe's on my honorable mention list. Yeah, I couldn't
I did have
put Kobe
AI
on there.
go third. I know you're a big AI guy.
Yep.
But
Like I said, AI's on my team still. He's like the 11th guy, one of the backups. But yeah, Allen Iverson changed the game. But so did Michael. And Ray Allen was the greatest shooter until Steph Curry.
Yeah, Steph Curry, after ankle problems. You remember he used to shoot a three and sprain an ankle.
Right?
People don't
now
remember
you shoot
that.
Them from half court. Now you shoot them from half court.
Yeah. But yeah, Michael Jordan, we both knew was going to be on there for both of us.
Oh yeah.
No denying that one. To me, and a lot of other players, greatest basketball player ever. And to me, it's more than just on the court. He changed that game completely. I mean, they would not be worldwide without him.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
They would not get those $100 million endorsement deals. My favorite commercials of his was with it was Larry Bird with McDonald's. Okay.
Oh, the horse games?
Yeah. Yeah.
Off the rafter, off the window, nothing but net.
Yeah. And I couldn't leave out, to me, the second greatest player of all time, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, Kobe's on my honorable mention list because I had to show Ray Allen some love. I mean, that guy carried the Sonics for all those years before they fucking sold them. But yeah, and probably the best pure. Well, I don't know, one of the best pure shooters ever between him, Bird, and of his time. Yeah, definitely of his time. Now everybody shoots threes.
Can't go wrong with any of them. But guess whose name wasn't on anybody's list?
I know. It's great.
I don't want to say the flop's name or the bum or, but
King James?
Yeah, just coming out of high school. Dude's a great player, but to come out and say I'm the greatest of all time, I mean, don't say it yourself. Let others say it.
But if you look back, he was right. He is going to end up being the greatest basketball player ever.
No, he killed that when he had to go form the Super 3 to win a title.
But he ended up going to win one without a Super 3, and he won the first play-in title.
Yeah,
or mid-season tournament.
I mean, if he's the greatest ever, why aren't the Lakers doing better in his time there? They wanted to blame everything on Westbrook. Okay, they went on Westbrook because of James. Westbrook didn't fit that style. LeBron's got to have the ball. AD's got to have the ball.
Exactly.
And
so does Westbrook. Westbrook, I feel bad for the guy. I do. I always kind of have. I've never really liked him, but see, I didn't. I hated him back when he was at UCLA. I was not happy when the Sonics or the Oklahoma City picked him, for that matter. But neither nor there. He's not there anymore. He made the playoffs.
I like his hustle. It reminds me of players back in the 80s and 90s.
And he cared too. I mean, there was never a lack of effort with Westbrook.
I mean, he's coming off the bench with the Clippers, and hell, I think they're the 4th seed.
I think they are 4th seed, yeah.
The
Clippers got a good team too.
Yeah, they do. They do. They just got Kiwi with them.
Yeah, God. Talk about Mr. fucking never healthy guy.
It's kind of a toss-up. Kiwi and always down and out Anthony Davis, AD.
Hey, Anthony Davis played 76 games this year.
Didn't he just get hurt the other day?
Yeah, but that was when the game was already out of hand. He all of a sudden got a back issue at the time once they were already fucking ahead by 20.
I got a back issue right going into the playoffs, guys. I ain't going to be able to play.
There was. I heard a stat today that he played more minutes this year with LeBron than he had the past 2 years combined.
Well, that's good. I mean, at least he
Yeah.
reversed the Oki curse.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
He's a good player too.
He's definitely, to me, overrated. But a lot of NBA players are overrated and overpaid for the stats they put up.
Yeah, I think so too.
You agree?
Yeah, most of the good guys in the NBA right now are, I don't know. I don't think they're that super great compared to what we're used to. But it's a different game too. I mean, it's so much more wide open, and they can do a lot more in the open court. And you know, it's all about spacing and shooting threes.
Yeah, yeah. Could just imagine some of these players from the. Okay, imagine Michael Jordan playing in today's game. He didn't shoot a lot of threes. He took the easy twos.
Yep.
Easy twos win you games. I mean, I sit there and I was watching. You watch basketball, and we're down by 12. Let's go for threes. Oh, we're 0 for 15 in threes, coach. Keep shooting. You're gonna catch up. No,
It's
you're
all about
not.
averages.
Ah,
See, here's my thoughts on analytics. You can make the numbers say anything that you want. You know what I'm saying? You can find numbers to either back up whatever you're saying or, you know what I'm saying, contradict somebody else's opinion if you look for hard enough to find the numbers. I don't know. I think I don't know. I agree with them because again, it is stats and it is, everything is relative that way, but there's still a feel for the game. Stats don't show momentum, which
now
people say that is not
flip
true,
the
but
script. We had, just imagine like Barkley, Olajuwon, Larry Bird playing in today's game.
Exactly.
Now imagine some of today's players back in the 80s and 90s going against the Pistons. They'd be like, coach, I got a hangnail. It's like, dude, all 12 of you can't have hangnails.
Right.
Someone got to go get their ass beat.
Right. None of the big. I think Jokic would be okay back in the 80s because he is kind of big and he's slow, which was what centers were back then. But like Anthony Davis, he wouldn't last. He'd be hurt all the time, just from the bumping and grinding of playing down in the post. LeBron, I think, could. Maybe not now, but early in his career he could. LeBron's built like a fucking linebacker.
He is built, but he just doesn't seem to have cojones to go against a defense like that. I mean,
right. No, I would agree with that.
I mean, come on. And I said the 80s Pistons, the bad boys. I mean, I don't think Michael Jordan would have been as good if he wasn't playing against them all the time early in his career.
No, exactly. They have the Jordan rules of, hack at Jordan, but at the same time, that made him so much tougher. That put a chip on his shoulder.
Well, and he can make free throws.
Well, after that first finals, he decided, hey, you know what? Or not finals, but the first time that he lost to him in the conference the conference finals, he went and put like 20 pounds of muscle on because he realized he was frail.
Look at the Golden State Warriors. If you take their championship teams, put them in the late 80s, I don't see them winning the title.
No, they wouldn't have. They wouldn't have because
I don't see them hitting 73 wins.
No way. Exactly. There's no way. There was always back in the 80s. There was a couple of thug teams. You know what I'm saying? Maybe right around 500, 450. Winning percentage. But yet you knew when you played them. You know what I mean? Because they beat you up.
Well, early mid 90s. Remember the Charlotte Hornets, LJ and Mourning?
Mourning, right?
Yeah, they weren't as nasty as the bad boys, but I mean they was a little nasty. The Knicks,
yeah, though the Knicks, just whoever Pat Riley's coaching. Let's just say that.
It's just
Riley always had tough teams.
Basketball's different now.
It is.
I had
Way
a hard
different.
time watching it when Jordan retired before the Wizards, after the whole Tim Floyd and Jerry Krause stuff and all that BS. And when everyone says, "Hey, I'll come back," and they're like, "No, we don't want you." But
Nope. We want
they
to start over
probably could
without
have
Michael.
won. They could have won one, maybe two more, but then they would have hit the age would have caught up to them.
Yep.
But I was able to watch it a little bit with Kobe. If he was on, I could watch it with his style. Right. I could watch some Allen Iverson, which it's funny. I told you about the Louisiana story when I'm not saying names, but a couple people, talking trash in a bar. One guy taking Kobe's side. I'm not saying my name, but it was this guy for Kobe against this other guy for Allen Iverson. And one thing led to another. There was, police stations, bars, and I don't mean bars like, alcohol bars, but
like,
yeah. you know what I'm talking about.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
What
was this person doing in Louisiana?
Just chilling.
On vacation?
Hanging out in Shreveport, working with, a corporate store.
Oh, okay. So this is like before.
Yeah. This is
you
like
met.
Anywho, but yeah, in today's NBA, I love All-Star Weekend. That's probably the thing I watch the most.
Except the All-Star game is a joke.
It's entertaining.
It wasn't this year.
That court drove me nuts. But I just can't do a lot of today's game. I can go to it in person and watch. That's no problem. I can watch Westbrook.
I'll tell you what, basketball live is very underrated in my opinion.
Well, it's kind of like hockey. Hockey's so much better in person than on TV.
Oh God, yes. You can't follow the puck on TV.
And since we brought up hockey, you were talking about Utah. Do you see that they got the Phoenix Coyotes pretty much?
Good. Is it the owner of the Jazz that's going to end up being the owner? That guy's amazing. They're going to end up getting baseball there too, I think.
And baseball may look at how the NHL does there. Now, I don't know if it's like a permanent move that they're doing. I just know reports I was reading said that the GM went and told the players and basically they're looking at kind of force the sale to the owner. I'm sorry.
They're not even paying the bills.
I'm sorry. In the NBA, you're not allowed to say owners. The governor.
What?
You didn't know that? They changed it.
No, I didn't know that.
They're not the owners. They're not owners.
Oh, they just govern the team
by having full monetary control over the team, which I don't know.
Whatever.
I guess I don't own my house. I guess I'm a governor.
Yep, you're just the governor of your own house.
Yeah, I don't know if anything else really went on. Like I said, I was at a card show.
But we didn't do point guards, or we didn't do number one guards.
We did. We covered all of them. Okay, I'll go back to it.
No, but my point guard would have been Steph Curry, and his backup is Gary Payton.
See, I didn't think about Gary Payton because he didn't like Michael Jordan.
Right.
So, but the glove was good.
He's best point. Well, I don't know. My favorite point guard, but again, you got to put Steph in as a starter because he can fucking shoot lights out. Other guys I had on my list though that I really did like. I Isaiah Thomas, and not the Isaiah Thomas from fucking Detroit. Isaiah Thomas from the University of Washington. Played for Boston, and yeah, well, he played
Is
for a
he
lot of
still
different teams,
playing?
but yes and no. He's gotten a few 10-day contracts, but he hasn't been able to pick up with a team. Boston really screwed him pretty bad, actually. When his hip was hurt, they basically told him he could play through it and he'd be okay. Well, when he went to go get the surgery, finally, the doctors told him, "Yeah, you should have fucking had this surgery done like 10 years ago. Not 10 years per se, but you should have this surgery done a long time ago." So, but he's still out there balling. He was on a couple of teams this year. I don't remember who, but he did pick up for a couple of 10 days. Nick Van Exel is another one. That dude was awesome. Old Lakers point guard, played for a bunch of different teams. Damian Lillard, he's another badass. I heard he's not very happy in Milwaukee, though. I heard he's having some off the court issues, which could hurt them in the playoffs.
You said Damian Lillard. Funny you say that. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on screen. What is this one him too? No, that's Cupcake.
That's
So you said Damian Lillard, and I was like, "Oh, hey, look! I picked up this card this weekend in one of the boxes I opened. I don't know how well you can see it, but there's Damian Lillard in
Bomb Squad.
Bomb Squad. I don't know if it's worth jack, but I don't know.
That's kind of cool though.
I don't see him being with Milwaukee. I don't know what his contract's like.
Oh,
I think this
it's
whole
a monster. I think next year he's owed. Yeah, next year he's owed like 43 million. The year after that, it's like 53 million, and then the year after that, it's like 68 million or something like that. They owe him like a
gonna trade him
piss ton of money.
Getting
right,
Doc
it's gonna be tough
Rivers
to trade him.
Really, I think set Milwaukee back.
Yeah, do you know why they fired the other coach?
I don't know. Well, from tidbits I read on it, because I really didn't care.
Right, exactly. But they were 30 and 13.
Someone better to lead them in the playoffs. Now maybe there was something internal going on that we don't know about. I don't know.
Right.
But
again, he was 30 and 13 when they fired him. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's
winning at about a 75% clip, but yet you're going to get fired. That's tough.
Yeah, and they were in second by far, and they ended in third.
Yep.
Just that was dumb. That was dumb. Doc Rivers should have went to a team that had a bunch of young kids. Let me teach you basketball.
Right. Not a bunch of guys that already know what they're doing, really.
Yeah, kind of like Larry Brown. I always thought he was the one to teach him basketball. You know, he did win what, 1, 2 NBA championships? I think with Detroit.
I don't think No, Detroit's coach was Chuck Daly.
No, Detroit won later.
Oh, with Rip Hamilton and
yeah, with the No Name Squad.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely the No Name Squad. It might have been Larry Brown. I'll check on that.
I think Larry Brown was coach at least one of those years, but he was always one of those. Hey, I'm going to teach you how to play. We ain't going to win championships a whole lot. We might get deep to the playoffs, but just ask AI.
Hey, yeah, he changed AI's game.
Yeah, and them two did not get along.
No, not at all.
I mean, I'm kind of surprised that AI didn't pull a what's his name? Start choking him. Who was that guy? Sprewell.
Charles Sprewell. Yeah,
Charles Sprewell before Sprewell.
Right.
Kind of like, what was that coach? He coached Dallas forever. Downing Delston, him in Golden State.
Yeah.
Hey, great
He's
team.
awesome.
Great basketball, but They didn't win titles.
Nope. Well, I mean, he's basically, if you look at the league right now, that's what Nelly used to run back in the day. Small ball. You know what I'm saying? Spread the court out, wide open looks.
Yep. You still looking up old Larry Brown?
Yeah, hold on. I didn't know what year it was off the top of my head, so I had to figure that out first.
You couldn't have just said, "Hey, Lugal, Larry Brown NBA championship."
You're right. Nope. You're right. You're right. Detroit Pistons head coach from 2003 to 2005. You led him to the 2004 championship.
Look at that. Right there.
I should have just went to fucking Wikipedia, because I could have bragged on Larry Brown even more, I'm sure.
Probably.
Let's see. As a player, as a coach. Oh my God.
Dude knew how to coach.
He was still coaching up to like a couple of years ago.
He coaching like
coached SMU till 2016, and then somewhere overseas, Exlium Torino, yeah. And then he was an assistant on Memphis's team in 2021.
Yeah, he was. He went to the AI statue ceremony.
Did he really? Good for him.
Mm-hmm. Probably was sitting there going, "Practice? You talking about practice?"
Remember that AI? That was funny.
Here you are, immortalized with practice.
Oh, he had some scandals though. In 2015, he was with SMU. Yeah, they had to vacate their regular 2015 AAC championship. They had to vacate that for I don't know what yet, but obviously they got in trouble for something with the NCAA.
Yeah, you could fart wrong in the NCAA and lose your stats.
Exactly.
Well, I think that about wraps it up for today.
Yeah, it should. Do we want to do football on Sunday?
Yeah, draft's coming up real quick. I think today was, because I was reading earlier today on ESPN, I think today was the Eli Manning draft day trade.
I think you're right. I think I did hear something about that.
Because they were talking about Archie, and Archie saying, "Hey, I didn't have anything to do with it. I just told them that's a gutsy move." And, they're also, still bringing up the whole Caleb Williams thing, which in the article, he did say that Mr. Williams, by that Caleb Williams' dad, did approach him and ask about teams that they may not want to play for. And Archie told him, "I don't do that."
Really?
So Caleb's got a LeVar daddy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I already knew that. I figured that as soon as I heard the whole we're gonna demand a trade or whatever, or we want ownership. That was another brilliant idea of theirs.
Yeah, he wanted ownership, and he wants to go to a contender, and they want to get rid of the draft. It's like, dude, the draft is there to keep parity in every league.
Right. So Jerry Jones doesn't go buy all the best players every year.
Right. That's why they have caps and luxury taxes and all that crap, to try to keep some kind of parity outside the NBA. Yeah, so we shall see. Yeah, we probably will do something on that. But all right, to the nuns of the ones of the twos, I guess we'll.
Well, no. Are we gonna do? Are we gonna do our NFL all-time teams or our favorite teams or whatever?
I don't know. We may. Oh, that's going to take a while to come up with. Yeah.
Well, like I said, if we. Well, yeah. We need to let Jeff know. Is kind of where I'm like leading into. Make sure he knows. Like, I'll throw it in there right now. Then I'm on it as soon as we get off.
All right. To the ones of the nuns of the twos, we'll just talk to you later. And I guess we should say, chat on, playa.
Peace out, dudes.